Hello, good evening, welcome to Hockey with Ice. I am Matt. It is Tuesday, the 12th of March, just checking. It is the final day of the regular season in Swedish Hockey League, which is a bit sad in some ways, but it does mean that the playoffs are very soon around the corner. So plenty to look forward to. A lot of the playoff situation is decided at the top and also the relegation playoff, but there are still 3 teams battling for the final 2 places in the playoffs, and 2 of those teams are involved in the game I am watching today, Rögle and MoDo. So I will bring up the scores as to how they are now. We are halfway through this game, so we're coming up to 9 minutes to go in the second period. It is goalless. Our game is the only goalless game of the 7 on today, which is typical, although, you know, maybe they are saving up the excitement for when we are going live. So we'll see. But yes, it should be good. We'll catch up on the rest of the action in a moment. They're just on a power break, which is quite convenient. So yes, goalless at the Katina Arena between Rögle and MoDo. The other team battling to try and get in the top 10 is Örebro. So Örebro are away to Linköping, and Örebro have just equalised, so it's 1-1 in that game, but Örebro need to win and also need MoDo to lose to come through. They could, if Örebro win and Rögle lose, they potentially could overtake Rögle, but they would need a big shift in goal difference to make that work. So really, Örebro need Rögle to beat MoDo and then Örebro to win their game. Neither of those 2 things are happening at the moment, but the games are level, so anything could happen from here. If you're watching live, you can get in contact via the chat. Quick message, looking through things. So there we go. It will come up on the screen, or it should do. There you go. So yes, let me know if you're watching this one or watching any of the other games. I've got my game notes here. I've also got my iPad here that I need to update with the scores from the game. So we will, I can't put the crowd noise on as I normally would because there is commentary on this game. So I can't put that on, but I can put some kind of fake crowd noise and just to put something in the background. So there you go. There is something in the background to listen to whilst I am not speaking. But we shall see, yes. So, goalless in this one. First period was fairly... It started out with both teams going for it, but it felt like neither team really got into their groove. Rögle were arguably the better team. I would say Rögle were the better of the 2 teams, but didn't have too many good chances in it. Their opponents... MoDo did go on a power play near the end of that period, and Oscar Pettersson had a decent chance in that, but didn't take it. So goalless at the end of the first period. Here in the second period, Rögle have been on a power play. There was a decent chance for Linus Sandin, and he's been in excellent form. He's the guy that Rögle would want. On the end of that, he's scored 5 goals in his last 5 games. But no goals so far in this one. You can see the scores of the other games below. So I will go through the goal scorers on that in a moment, but I need to update my sheet first. So I will let you know if anything majorly exciting happens in the game between Rögle and MoDo, whilst I also have a look across the scores. So the ones that have happened in the second period. In fact, let's start from the top. So Leksand against Team Raw is 1-0 to Leksand in the second period. So Leksand are in 5th. Whatever happens, they're going to be in 5th. They've won 7 in a row, though, so they're trying to make it 8 wins in a row to end this season. And they've won it up. Jon Knuts with his 4th goal of the season. He's been out injured recently, but has come back today and has got a goal. So that's put Leksand up 1-0. Team Raw are in 7th. On 80 points. They lost 3-2 to Luleå on Saturday, and they could be jumped by Luleå if Luleå win today. Team will be either 7th or 8th, but I'd like to finish 7th, of course. So Team are losing 1-0, and Lulua are winning 2-1 at the moment. Yes, it is still 2-1. So all those 3 goals came in the first period, as Nissian has gone in the box for MoDo on a hooking call. So Rögle are now on a power play. It's 9 minutes to go in the second period, and Rögle on power play. So I'll keep an eye on that, keep an eye on this, keep an eye on everything, all going off. Ferrestad and Lulua went 2-0 up. Ollie Nukapateri with his 3rd goal of the season, and Linus Omark with his 14th for the season. Liam Ergren has got one back for Ferrestad, and that is how it is. With 7:50 to go in the second period, that is the score so far in that one. So Linköping and Örebro, as we're going to come through, good chance on there, gets pushed aside by Lassi Lettinen. So that's going to come out. So Örebro need a win. They were 1-0 down due to Patrick Russell's 21st goal of the season. That was on the power play. But they have got a goal back in the second period, and that means I have to update my notes if I turn my pen on. Little chance there. No, goes wide. So Hannes Bjornanen has scored for Örebro. So let's update that. Hannes Bjornanen. His 6th goal of the season has made it 1-1. And that one, Örebro. So Örebro come into it in 11th on 65 points. They've lost 4 games in a row. So they really need to win this one to have a chance getting into the playoffs. And it would be a blow if they didn't, because they've been in those spots for most of the last couple of months. And have really fallen off of late. But they are looking like they're going to fall short at the moment, as Michael Kapler has an opportunity for Rögle. That one just goes up and over, deflected up and over. So still goalless in our game between Rögle and MoDo. Frölunda playing Skellefteå. That would normally be a big game, and it is a big game, 4th against 2nd at the moment. But we do have to say, both teams have already qualified for playoffs. They can't do a lot. I should say Frölunda are 2-1 up in that one, so I need to update that. Skellefteå currently are in 2nd, or are in 2nd in the league coming into this game. So there's a little bit to play for, but neither team are going to be overly going for it in terms of risking injuries or anything when they're already in there. Frölunda did snap Färjestad's 12-game winning streak on Saturday, but the key now, as Liam Bixell tries to set up a chance for Rögle, and it deflects and goes wide. MoDo may break on it. That's the end of the power play. So no, couple of half chances, but nothing went through. MoDo now having a chance, and that one goes wide. Okay, so Frölunda Skellefteå, that was 1-1 at the end of the first period. Noah Herser got the goals started with his 3rd of the season for Frölunda in the first period. Philip Sandberg got the equaliser with his 12th of the season, but there has been a goal in the second period. Need to turn my pen on. So that goal has been scored by Erik Terrell, who had been missing for a while, but has been back recently and looks to be in decent form. So Erik... No, that should be Erik Terrell. Chance for Rögle there, just goes wide. Erik Terrell, his 2nd goal of the season. As I mentioned, he has been injured quite a bit this season, so hasn't played as much as liked, but that is Frölunda up 2-1 against Skellefteå. Växjö and Oskarshamn, where are we on that one? Just about 4 minutes to go in the second period on that one, and it is 1 goal apiece. Both goals coming in the first period. Brian Cooper gave Växjö 1-0 lead. Marcus Nennanen got an equaliser. Oskarshamn, bottom of the table on only 37 points, and they're going to be playing Horvir Hetiet, HV71 in English, in a relegation playoff, best of 7 game series that starts very soon. Starts on Thursday, indeed. But that's 1-1 at the moment. Oskarshamn did at least get their 16-game losing streak done and out of the way, thankfully for them, with 3-1 win over Örebro over Saturday. So ending with a couple of wins would be good for them, especially against Växjö, but that's 1 goal apiece so far. And then Malmö and HV it's actually 1-1. Does it say 1-1? Yes, it does say 1-1. So both goals coming in the second period. Nick Shaw gave HV the lead with his 13th goal of the season, but I haven't got on my notes, but I will do now. Malmö have equalised, and that is through Robin Alvarez, a relatively recent recruit for them, and he has got them back level. So Robin Alvarez with his second goal. Rögle got a chance here, puts it wide. 4 minutes to go. Okay, we are now caught up, I think. Yes, we are caught up. So we can concentrate now on Rögle and MoDo, the final 4 minutes of the second period, which is good. Whew. Right, here we go. So, Växjö have just taken a 2-1 lead over Östersund, just as I was about to concentrate on something else. Now at Österland, Buffalo Sabres prospect has given them a 2-1 lead. So, there we go. 2-1 Växjö. Rögle and MoDo. So Rögle is starting to push a bit here. They're the team in 9th. MoDo are 2 points behind them, so Rögle on 68, MoDo on 66. As things stand, Ley would take the final 2 playoff positions and play in the round of 16 against Team Broughton Luleå. But Örebro could still catch one of them. It's not looking likely at the moment, but that could still happen. So both teams are trying to win this one. And here's another chance. MoDo trying to spin on it, but no. Meanwhile, just as I look up, Malmö have taken a 2-1 lead over HV. That goal come from Albert Hörby. So they've turned that around. They were 1-0 down. They now lead 2-1. So we hit 2.5 minutes to go. Rögle and MoDo. As Dennis Everby tries to bring puck out. So there we go. So Rögle have 22 shots on net. MoDo only 6. So that tells the tale. I had to look past my camera there just to see it. Rögle now potentially with a chance. Now they turn around. That was an opportunity, I thought. Linus Sjödin bringing it through, 4th line centre. But turned around to find some support, and he's got that now. Now they've settled into the MoDo zone. With a Klassen with a shot on net. Doesn't quite get through. Lassi Leitonen was there to take it if needed. But that's scrambled away by MoDo, who now dump it in. And puck actually went into the bench there, so play has been whistled off. Opportunity there for Rögle though. Let's see the replay. Did it get through? It did get through, and there was a man in front as well trying to get a little deflection on it. So that's a good save by Lassi Leitonen. Very good player. Had a very good season for MoDo. MoDo, of course, were promoted from the Hockeyettan last season. So Matthias Karlin and his team, their aim for this season was to stay in the league, and they've achieved that. So getting into the playoffs would be fantastic for them. But they've done the main, they've ticked off the main achievement they wanted to, which is to stay in the league. MoDo with a slight opportunity. There's a scramble behind the Rögle net. Not going to come out just yet. As we've seen, Färjestad have equalised in their game. So it's Färjestad 2, Luleå 2. Victor Ejdsell in his final regular season game for Färjestad. For a little while at least. He's heading to Switzerland at the end of this season. But he has got the equaliser for Färjestad as we hit the final 40 seconds. So Looks like it's going to go goalless through the first 2 periods in our game, which is a bit disappointing, but it's not been a boring game by any stretch of the imagination. Rögle certainly having the best of it and really pushing, but MoDo hanging in there and trying to get through as a crowd. Well, the camera focuses on the Rögle crowd, there's a good crowd on hand. Sell-out crowd at the Casino Arena. Protecting Kelly Green. Right, 30 seconds to go. Are we going to get a late breakthrough? Ooh, Rögle have stolen it. Just dumped it in. Might be an opportunity here. No. 20 seconds to go now. Oh, they've just tied it up in the corner of MoDo. So we're now going to be 10 seconds and the puck's barely moved 2 metres. Oh, now it's come out, but MoDo just going to keep hold of it, flick it up. And that's going to do it for the second period. So, second period. And it is still goalless between Rögle and MoDo. So that is 2 periods down. 0-0. Rögle comfortably outshooting MoDo, but unable to get past Lassie Leitonen at this point in time. Christopher Riefolk has not had much to do in the Rögle net, which is how he would want it. But we know MoDo do have some good players in the attacking sets, not least Josh Dickinson, who got a hat-trick last time out and reportedly is going to be joining Rögle in the summer. An agreement has been reached. He's out of contract with MoDo and he will be moving to Rögle by all accounts. But so there we are. Goalless at the end of 2 periods between Rögle and MoDo. But all the other games do have goals in them. So now it's time for me to look over the stats and see. So Leksand 1, Timrå 0, Färjestad 2, Luleå 2, Linköping 1, Örebro 1, Frölunda 2, Skellefteå 1, Växjö 2, Oskarshamn 1. Goalless in our game between Rögle and MoDo. And Malmö have turned it around against Scorpio Hurtiet, and that one is now 2-1. So that gives me my chance to update my stat sheet. So there's a couple of goals that I need to add on here. First one is between Färjestad and Luleå. So Färjestad already champions of the regular season on 103 points, so they are celebrating that today. Unfortunate for them, they lost their long winning streak. They had a 12-game winning streak going, but were beating in a shootout by Frölunda on Saturday. But not too much of concern for them. They've booked the number 1 slots at the end of the regular season and in the playoffs. And they now are 2-2 against Luleå. The second goal for Färjestad coming from Victor Edsel. Let me just bring it up on my screen. Seem to have forgotten how to write, but that's fine. Here we go. So that's his 20th of the season, the big 2-0. So there we go. Good for him. Linköping 2, Frölunda 1. So I need to add that. Did I have that on my sheet? No, I didn't. That goal must have just gone in. Yes, that game is still going on at the moment, actually, in the second period. 3 minutes to go in the second period. The goal for Linköping to break the 2-2 tie has been put in by Brock Little, his 17th of the season for Linköping, and he is another guy who's been in very good form of late, and that's bad news, of course, for Örebro because they need a win today. That is the basic requirement for them. They also need Rögle to beat MoDo in the game we're watching. But if they can't win their game, then that is mute anyway. But Brock Little, 17th goal of the season, gives Linköping a 2-1 lead against Örebro, coming to the final couple of minutes of the second period in that one. Frölunda and Skellefteå, that is 2-1 to Frölunda. Växjö have scored, so I need to update that one. So it was 1-1 at the end of the first period. Brian Cooper for Växjö and then Marcus Neininen for Oskarshamn. So this is, coming into the game, 3rd against 14th. But Växjö, if they win and Skellefteå lose, Växjö would go up to 2nd place, and they've been in the top 2 for most of the season, so they would think they deserve that, but they've got to get it done. But they have taken a 2-1 lead in the 2nd period. That goal coming 16 minutes 17 into the 2nd period on the power play, and it is Noah Östlund who, particularly since coming back from the World Juniors, we're impressed so much for Sweden. He's been very good for Växjö, particularly on the power play. That is his 11th goal of the season for Noah Östlund. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him next season. I don't know if he's under contract with Växjö. I could have a look. I thought he was on loan with Växjö. Let me have a check of that whilst we're thinking about it. Whilst I'm thinking about it, anyway. Because, of course, he was one of the Djurgården boys. So I believe he's just on loan with Växjö this season. He is. So you would expect he would return to the Buffalo Sabres system. I'm not sure who is there. Is it Rochester? Yes, Rochester Americans, who had an AHL team. So you would expect, to be honest, I'd expect Noah Östlund to go over to the AHL for next season, but we shall see. That game has now reached the end of the 2nd period. So Växjö lead Oskarshamn 2-1. And then the other goal I need to catch up on is between Malmö and HV. So Nick Shaw had given HV the lead away from home, his 13th for the season. I forget, is it MoDo Nick Shaw is signing with this summer? I can't remember. He's definitely found another team already. So whatever happens with HV, Nick Shaw will be in the SHL next season. I'll quickly check that in a moment. Robin Alvarez equalised for Malmö, and the man who has put them ahead is Albert Huabai. So let me note that one down. 2-1 to Malmö. I'm writing this on my iPad. A bit scruffily, I will be honest, but there we go. That is in. So that is his 3rd goal of the season. Assist for Kim Rustall and Nuti Salo. So there we are. That is where we are at the end of the 2nd period. So correct scores are below. I just need to draw some lines on my iPad now, just to make sure everything is accounted for, and it is. That's good. All right. There we go. There we go. I will show you this in a moment, actually, if I can. There we go. This is a bit chaotic, but it usually is with me. If you've watched previous live streams, you will be familiar with this. Okay, let me try to bring this up. A couple of things I need to do first, but then we'll be with it. Okay. Here we go. Right. Here we are. There we are. Hopefully. There we are. Good. There. That should do. No, it's like that. Why won't it display properly? Oh, this is annoying. Okay, well, we'll see. We will see how this works. Okay. This is going to be a bit interesting. But I'll do my best. Right, let me turn this on. Okay, that's kind of going to work. Kind of going to work. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I do for each game. I have various notes before the game. I'm having to hold it down. And then I record details of the goals as they go in. So first period, Jun Knuts with the goal for Leksand. It's given him a 1-0 lead and no goals in the second period. Moving across, Färjestad and... there we go. Don't know why I was doing that. So Färjestad and Luleå, they're the goals there. Olli Nikopeteri, Linus Omark gave Luleå a 2-0 lead, but then Liam Ergren, Victor Edsel with the goals to try and level. Linköping Örebro, so there's details of Brock Little's 17th of the season. It's given Linköping a 2-1 lead. And then this one hopefully will be a bit less complicated. There we go. So Frölunda and Skellefteå, Noah Herser with his third of the season gave Frölunda a 1-0 lead. Philip Sandberg with his 12th of the season made it 1-1 at the end of the first period, but Erik Terrell has scored for Frölunda in the second period to make it 2-1. Växjö and Oskarshamn, 2-1 to Växjö. And Malmö and HV71, 2-1 to Malmö. So our game is the only one without any goals in it. Hopefully that will change in the third period. I'm going to take a quick break for a few minutes. Just get another drink. And to get ready for a third period in which I hope that we will see some goals. But we shall see. But that is the plan. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, hello, welcome back to the live stream. The players are just coming back out onto the ice, getting ready for the start of the third period between Rögle and MoDo. A couple of minutes to go. Before we do that, I will quickly show you, hopefully, the live table from the SHL website. So this is where it is. So as you can see, the main thing here is that as things stand, Rögle will finish 9th, MoDo finish 10th. Now, of course, it isn't going to end in this current situation because currently that shows both teams getting 1 point. One team is at the very least going to get 2 points, right? If it goes MoDo's way, that's not going to make much difference. The main thing is Örebro. So Örebro there on 65 points, currently losing. So if it goes like that, both Rögle and MoDo will qualify for the playoffs, irrespective of the result in this game. And that's going to be a real disappointment for Örebro to finish 12th. But there we are. The only other change at the moment would be Fekwe jumping Skellefteå up into second place. But we shall see how things go in the third period. Now, I am going to try, whether this works or not, I do not know. I am going to try to concentrate on the Rögle MoDo game. I'm sure I will pick up any goals that do come in, but I will put that to one side for most of the third period and instead concentrate on this game. Because it is goalless to this point, and we've got to get some goals in this period, surely. Come on. So let's see. Maybe we're going to go to overtime for the final game of the regular season between Rögle and MoDo, but we shall see. What I'll also do, once we finalise things in order for the games today, we'll have a look at what the playoffs will be looking like. We know that Örebro and Horvia Hesiet will be playing each other in the relegation playoff. So just having a quick look at that, if I can. Here we go. So that will start on the 15th, which is Friday at Husqvarna Gordon. So the first two games are in home for Horvia HV. So that's on Friday and Sunday, those two games. Excuse me. But yes, we'll get to the rest of that in a moment. But for now, let's concentrate on the game we have in front of us, which is Rögle and MoDo. Put some fake crowd noise in the background for you, just to liven things up a bit for you. That's coming through. Ooh, Adam Tambellini with a shot on goal. Lassie Leitonen pushing it wide. So early chance, 1 minute into the third period. Goal is here. But Adam Tambellini, who was not been a great player for them the last few seasons, but has not had a wonderful season this year. I mean, he's still got 30 points, which is hardly a failure, but 11 goals this season, almost got his 12th leg. Good work by Daniel Czar to steal the puck in the MoDo end. Tambellini with a wrist shot that Lassie Leitonen was able to push wide. But yeah, Tambellini looks like he is going to Switzerland at the end of this season. He's been with Rögle for 4 seasons, but he is going to be moving on to Davos, whichever way you say it. And would love to go out on a high in a deep run for Rögle to the playoffs, but we shall see. Rögle pushing again. They've definitely been a better team here. Henry Bolby, who's been a great addition to the team, his first season in Europe, not only first season in Sweden, and he's done well for them. Not got so many points as they'd like, only 7 points from his 28 starts, but I've seen quite a bit of Rögle this season, and he's looked energetic. He's looked, even when Rögle was struggling, with the Abbott brothers being fired and things weren't going so well initially under Roger Hansen, he was one of the players who was still putting in the effort and impressing the coach. So it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if he's on a multi-year contract, but perhaps be coming back for Rögle. But here we are. 2.5 minutes in. A couple of good chances for Rögle, but still goalless. Oh, sloppy turnover there. Who was that? Not sure. MoDo nearly getting in. Just trying to see who that was. Not going to see because they're going to go for a change off camera, so can't tell. But now MoDo have got it again. A little bit sloppy there from Rögle, just giving MoDo a bit of confidence. It's Liam Bixell, the Dallas Stars prospect, dumps it in for Rögle. He's been a bit up and down, I have to say. He's not particularly on the puck at times. He's been a little careless in the games I've seen. He's not kind of starred, to use the pun. Not starred quite as much as you might have thought he would, given that he's a very highly talented, or a better talented prospect. He was someone Dallas Stars potentially might look to promote at this point of the season. He decided to leave the AHL and come across to Sweden. He has just been involved in this with Johan Södergren, but looked like a slip by Södergren. I don't think it's been given as a penalty. Oh, it has. Okay, that's an interesting decision. So, Liam Bixell goes into the box. And we do go on the power play. Let's see if they can make something of that. Meanwhile, Leksand have taken a 2-0 lead over Timrå. Östman with the goal. But let's see what MoDo can do. What can MoDo do? Pontus and Sien is quarterbacking the MoDo power play, as per usual. It's been tied up in the corner, although Rögle had a chance to get it clear and they weren't able to there. It was held into the zone by MoDo, so they can try and gather it again. Back in the corner. Now it's going to come out. Maybe they can sit. Oh, that is sloppy play. 2 players for MoDo. It was a bit after you, Claude. One was waiting for the other one to take it and it went out of the zone. Although they've been able to get back into the zone fairly easily. And now they've got a chance. No, it just goes wide. But they've still kept hold of the puck. Rögle under a lot of pressure now. Chance in front. Unable to put it home. And they're trying to come again. Tired legs out there for Rögle. They've been on the ice for a good minute or so, this power penalty killing group. And now there's a chance in front. Good save. Christopher Riefolk does well there to deny someone who is likely to become his teammate next season, Josh Dickinson. He was found by Riley Woods. That combination, Riley Woods, Josh Dickinson, been so good, particularly of late. They've worked really nicely there. Woods to Dickinson. Tried to stuff it in, but Riefolk, who has just recently signed a 2-year contract extension with Rögle. So, yes, Josh Dickinson, free agent at the end of the season, and reportedly has agreed a deal to join Rögle. I forget which publication it was in Sweden, so apologies for not being able to attribute it to them, but they claimed it was a monster contract deal or something like that. So quite a lot of money, in other words. Oh, chance again for MoDo. Ooh. Still just 10 seconds to go. Looking past the camera on the power play. They've looked good on the power play, though. They've had a couple of decent chances. Unable to take one, but that would offer some form of encouragement. But Liam Bixell now gets on the ice, so that penalty didn't hurt Rögle. Albeit, maybe it will hurt them a little bit just in MoDo getting their confidence up a bit. We'll see how the rest of the period goes. Right. Kept it in. Haven't had a whistle for a while. I mean to go and check and update my scores, but I can't at the moment. So there is a goal for Leksand that I've not Ooh, almost too many men on the ice there for Rögle. They were in the middle of a change and the puck went near the bench. They were able to just let things go. But again, the puck goes into the Rögle zone and big chance for MoDo. No, pushes it wide. This has been a really dangerous 3 minutes for MoDo. Started on a power play and then they followed it up, but now finally Rögle can get some sort of semblance of control, and it's Rodrigo Arbels who tries the centering pass and able to find a teammate, and now MoDo are going to come the other way. Is there an opportunity here? Shot gets blocked, dozed wide. Now it's going to go down the other end of the ice. There was another goal there, didn't see who it was. Let me try and pick that up. As it goes behind the Rögle goal again, it's been harum scarum over the past 3 minutes. So Leksand are up 2-0 on Team Raw, and Malmö are up 3-1 now on Rögle and MoDo. But back to our game. 13 minutes to go now. And after a very bright start to the third period by Rögle, it's MoDo who've been had the better of the opportunities, and now there's a chance on net. Lasse Leitonen pulls that one in. That's from Daniel Saar. Only 12 points on the season for Daniel Saar, but he's been, particularly in recent games, what I have seen, he's been working pretty well with Simon Rifosh and Adam Tambellini in the second line. As we look across the results, or the score so far, 8 minutes to go. Or 8 minutes gone in the third period between Leksand and Team Raw. Leksand in fifth, that's 2-0 at Tegera Arena. Färjestad and Luleå. 2-2. MoDo almost scoring there. Just caught me off guard as I was looking across at the scores. Christopher Refolk with a really good scrambling save there to somehow keep MoDo out. Home crowd sensing that their team is slipping back a bit and they need a bit of a boost. It's not been a whistle for a good 5 minutes. And it's been a period where MoDo have been much the better of the two teams. But now Rögle are going to try and create something. They've kept it in the zone. Shot just deflects and goes wide, but they kept it from going out of the MoDo zone, so they're able to try to recycle it, and they are able to do that. Good play, that was by Linus Wardin. Now they're pushing it along the blue line. Davidson pushes across the line mate Adam Engström. It gets dumped into the corner, try to flip it out in front. Ooh, they've done well to keep it in again. Malmö have gone up 4-1 against Rögle and MoDo, by the way. Finally, a whistle for offside against MoDo, but wow, lots going on. So, Malmö 4-1, and there's been a goal for Frölunda as well. Frölunda have gone up 3-1 against Skellefteå. As we've just seen a replay of that chance, that was a chance for Riley Woods. He hit a post for MoDo. It's not 32 to Frölunda, it's 3-1 Frölunda. That is Jere Injera who has scored about 6 minutes into the third period. So 3-1 to Frölunda over Skellefteå. As we hit 11 minutes to go in the third period, still goalless in this game. But it's not been a boring 0-0 so far. Chances at either end, particularly now in the third period. And there's a chance. Henry Bowlby with an opportunity in front, but wasn't able to get too much on it. And Lasse Leitonen was able to block it relatively comfortably. As we head to the final 10 minutes. Regulation anyway, this one could well go to overtime. Is there going to be a breakthrough? Someone has just slips over there, somewhat embarrassingly, but it didn't stop anything for MoDo. Liam Bixel now takes a tumble for Rögle behind his own net. Gets back to his feet. MoDo pushing again. Second man out for Rögle, and that's sloppy from Adam Tambellini. Played a little pass in his own zone. It was almost picked up by MoDo, but they're able to recover it. Good play by Liam Bixel there. Stars prospect just to quiet things down a bit. Good composure shown by him on the puck. He has had a few moments during his time with Rögle where he's felt to be anyway, looking a bit rushed at points with his play on the puck, but that was very good. Nice and composed by him, but now Rögle almost giving it away. Linus Sandin in his own zone, but they're able to rescue that, and now Rögle come through. Sandin on the left, dumps it across. Brandon Davidson with the shot that goes wide, and it's going to clang and ping its way all the way down to the other end of the ice, so not what they were looking for. Now Adam Engström is almost losing it in his own zone. MoDo really doing well here in this period. They're called for offside, and that's a bit unfortunate for them. But they've been very aggressive on the forecheck in the last 7-8 minutes, and they're getting the rewards for it. They've created several good chances, but none more so than the shot by Riley Woods that hit the post. Revolk was beaten in the Rögle net, but the post came to his rescue. That's as close as either team has come so far in breaking the deadlock in this one, but 8 minutes 45 to go, I think it is. 9 minutes 45. Can't see from the clock. One of the two, basically 9 minutes to go, and it is goalless. So there we are, Leksand 2-0 on team. Färjestad 2, Luleå 2. And Sherpin 2, Örebro 1. So Örebro looks like they're going to finish 12th. Frölunda 4. Oh, I haven't updated that. Frölunda 4, Skellefteå 1. So Frölunda in there again. A couple of goals in quick succession against Skellefteå. Skellefteå were hoping to finish in second, but with them losing and Fekba winning at the moment, Fekba 2-1 up against Oskarshamn. Was that Fekba will take second place. Raden Lentz has scored for HV Hetiet, so that's 4-2. So likely only a consolation for HV. But any good moments are useful for them heading into the relegation playoff against Oskarshamn. First game on Friday, I believe it is. Yes. So there we are. 8 minutes to go then, or just over 8 minutes to go. And it's MoDo who are on the ascendancy, I should say. But now Rögle are going to come the other way. Linus Swedin dumping it in. It's going to fall for him again. But no, unable to get it, but they've kept it in the zone of Rögle. Comes to Bixel, plays it across. Solsvik had it, but his teammates were looking to change actually there. So unable to make anything of it. That's the top line is out there for Rögle now. Rodrigo Arbols flanked by Henry Bowlby and Anton Benson. Team Raw have got one goal back. The game against Leksand, so that is 2-1 now. Team Red trying to hold on to 7th place. It looks like they may be able to get away with it. Luleå, who are in 8th, currently drawing with Färjestad 2-2. As the players stopped here again, there's going to be a face-off to Lassie Leighton's right in the MoDo zone. Rodrigo Arbols wins it, but there's a battle on the blue line, gets dumped in, goes behind the MoDo goal, but MoDo are going to be able to bring it clear. August By brings it out, but Rögle able to steal it back in their zone, so they will now try and bring it forward, and that's a nice pass through to Simon Riforsch, who has got it, not got a lot of support in the MoDo zone, but just spins and dumps it in. But the MoDo are going to bring it out, and then they lose it in neutral ice. So, a bit scrappy. But as we hit 6 minutes 40 to go, all attention now is on whether one of these teams is going to be able to make something happen. With 6.5 minutes to go as the referee whistles with Christopher Refolk keeping hold of the puck. Are one of the two teams going to score, or are we going to overtime? And maybe a shootout. We've had a few of those recently in the games we've done on a live stream. Always good fun to watch, particularly if your team isn't involved in them. Yeah, let's see. Okay, playback underway. 6.5 minutes to go. Slap shot. Ooh, Christopher Refolk didn't know where that had gone. It absolutely just went over the bar from Sampo Ranta. And then the net has come off its mooring, so I've had to whistle that one dead. Sam Vigno, the Canadian, who has 23 points on this season, just having a little chat. But it was a shot from deep from Sampo Ranta. Went up and over. The officials, looks like they may have to get the ice crew out for this one. They've got the two little pegs on the ice, and then they're perhaps going to need to get the drill out. Always good fun to watch, just to make the holes a little bigger. It's a good crowd on hand at Katina Arena for Rögle. Yes, here he comes. Nice crew with the drill. There we go. Get those back in. And they'll be able to get the net back on. Gives everyone a chance to take a little breather. 6:23 to go. 28 shots on target for Rögle, just 10 for MoDo, but a lot of those have come in this third period. And as mentioned, they're the team that have come closest through Riley Woods hitting the post. The game between Frölunda and Skellefteå have got another goal back, so that is 4-2. That was Rickard Hug with his 11th of the season. And don't count out Horvia Hutiet just yet. They were 4-1 down against Malmö. But 6 minutes to go, they've just scored again. Herman Hansen, his first of the season for Horvia Hutiet, has made it 4-3. So they're getting the goals at the Malmö arena. Even though those two teams don't really have a lot to play for. Well, there's 7 goals there, no goals in this one, unfortunately. Picked the wrong game, perhaps, but there we are. The puck goes down the MoDo end and gets touched for icing. So we will go back down to the Rögle end for a face-off. Which way is this one going to go? Puck goes up into the Rögle bench, so that's another whistle with 6 minutes to go. Just showing a replay again of the big Riley Woods chance. He created it really with a good forecheck in the corner. Got the puck back, and then it was just an instinctive swipe at the puck as it came across to him, and it hit the post and bounced out. Unfortunately for him, fortunately for Rögle. So it remains 0-0. I guess it's the interesting thing now where with Örebro losing, Well, it's still just 2-1 to Linköping at the moment, so the game's certainly not done. And there's still nearly 10 minutes to go in that one. If Örebro could come back, then they could potentially finish above MoDo. So it's not as though both teams can just play for the point and know they'll be safe in the playoffs, because MoDo would finish on 67 points if they took a point and then lost in overtime. Örebro are on 65 at the moment. If they could come back and win that game, they would finish on 68. So, yeah, I was just wondering, looking at the, as we hit coming up to 5 minutes to go, whether you could get into a scenario where both teams will think, well, the points fair enough, doesn't change anything for either team, and then see who can get a bonus one in overtime. But that's not quite the case for MoDo. Perhaps that's why they've been the more aggressive of the two teams over the past 10 minutes. They've got it again in the regular zone. There's been some quite consistent pressure from MoDo in his zone. Says Carlin, the MoDo coach, will be pleased at how his players have really put some shifts together, one after the other. There's another chance and another one, follow up. Easily dealt with by Refolk, but it's not really what you want. As another chance comes in, it's just flicked in from the blue line. Refolk just grabs it with the glove. That was from Sampo Ranta. Finn, he made 16 appearances for Colorado Avalanche in the NHL. 31 points on the season for the Finn for MoDo. Vekwa have now taken a 3-1 lead. There's Uskisham, that's with 3 minutes to go. Noah Östlund with his second of the game. I don't know if that was in an empty net for Uskisham, but we'll see. But yes, Noah Östlund. 2 goals for him today. 3-1 to Vekwa. That looks like Lay will grab second place on 99 points, Vekwa. Horefja will drop to third. As we hit 3 minutes 40 to go. Michael Kapler under pressure in the regular zone, as has been the case for the regular players for much of the past 10 minutes. It's good play by MoDo. They've managed to steal its shot. Couldn't quite get a good contact on it. That was Theo Jakobsen, the 20-year-old. He was a 6th round pick of the San Jose Sharks in 2021. And it was good pressure from MoDo. The puck came out to Jakobsen and actually took a deflection on its way through, and it just bobbled through to Refolk, who took it quite comfortably in the end. But it's been a familiar story for much of the past 10 minutes. MoDo putting a lot of pressure on the forecheck and creating some, at the very least, half chances. Ooh, and that's a nasty one. He's got up there. I think that was Brandon Davidson who blocked the shot and has got back up. So 2 minutes 50 to go. Still goalless, but is there a chance here? Dennis Everby pushes it back to the blue line. Now it gets stolen by MoDo again. They've been really good at that in this third period. Referee whistles for something. Not sure what. Brandon Davison is now hobbling along the bench. Big smile on the face of Peter Kvarcher, the backup goalie. It's the same in most sports. It's a bit like cricket when a player wears one in an uncomfortable position. Everyone else finds it hilarious, don't they? But Brandon Davison, brave, getting in front of the shot there, paying the price for his team. Ooh, regular player goes down there. That was a bit of an unfortunate coming together. And he's stung by it as well. Who was that? Can't see it. Might be Simon Sefer, I think. It is Simon Sefer. It was Carl Topping he came together with. Ooh, Carl Topping with a bit of a leading elbow there. At the very least, leading forearm. And Simon Sefer went down on it. 2 minutes 21 to go. So, this isn't good news. So Simon Sefer is being helped off the ice. He's on his feet, on his skates, but he is being helped to the back so they don't go to the dressing room via the bench and have to go down the end. So he's been helped off. Yeah, Carl Topping was defending himself, and Simon Sefer came in, but definitely got his arm up there. Simon Sefer looks a bit shaken up there. I don't know if that's a potential concussion. In fact, the officials now are going to the box. They're going to look at this as to whether this is just a 2-minute penalty, or if he's going to get more for it. I think he may. Depends how you want to see it. Simon Sefer was charging in, but when you see the replay, and it's always the same with so many things, you see the replay, it slows down a bit. It's always going to look a bit more deliberate, but there's definitely arm coming up like that. It's definitely a penalty, no question about that. Ooh, just seeing the replay, that's, again, it's still sort of half speed, but that Carl Topping's been a bit naughty there, I think. Only recently joined from Festeris midway through February. He's played 8 games for MoDo. 2 minutes 21 to go. The officials are still video bedoming, as they say in Sweden. Just having a look. They're going to see if this is a bit more than just a 2-minute minor. And I wouldn't be surprised if it... I'm not sure it's a 5-minute major, but it could be a 4-minute, and that will be important, of course, because 2 minutes 21 to go in this. Oh, here it comes. It's just a 2-minute for elbow, I believe. Let's be interpreting the sign language and the Swedish being said. Yeah, it was a bit more of an unfortunate one than a really dirty one. So I think 2-minute penalty is fine. Okay, so 2 minutes 21 to go. Rögle on a power play. It's a roughing is the official call. So what can they do here? Can Rögle win it right at the end? It's Michael Kapler. He's been so good quarterback in the power play, particularly of late for Rögle. He dumped it in, but they're unable to make anything of it. And now MoDo are able to kill some time, but they're not able to get the puck out of the zone at first. They will do now, though. That's a little bit careless by Rögle. Eric Volterheim was able to get on the end of that and just dump it down the other end of the ice and then go on a change. So chance for Rögle to put them under pressure, and he didn't really take it, but now they've come back with a bit of pace. Shot on net, it actually hits the side of the netting. Back to Kapler on the blue line. Now there's a shot coming in, and it deflects up and over into the netting. So that's going to be a whistle on a play. That was from Simon Rieforsch. 27 points on the season for him. Leader Sundin is now out there. The red-hot Leader Sundin, 5 goals in the last 5 games. Can he make it 6 in 6 to end the regular season on the power play? Rodrigo Arbols, the Rögle top-line centre, wins the draw. Rizekasol Jonsson is out there quarterbacking the penalty power play unit. Comes back to Rodrigo Arbols. He walks in, wrist shot, deflects wide. Rögle able to get on top of it. No, good play by MoDo to get it out of the zone. Very good. So 40 seconds to go, a minute to go in the game, 40 seconds on the power play. Rögle trying to get in, but they're blocked off, so that's another few precious seconds wasted, and then there we go, it gets dumped down the other end of the ice by MoDo. So Rögle really not able to make anything happen so far, but 20 seconds to go on the power play. Can they create one more chance and win it right at the end of this game in regulation time? Puck is behind the MoDo net. They've kept it. Rögle now have it on the blue line, trying to create one last chance. Just 5 seconds to go on the power play. Comes to Rodrigo Arbols, walks in. Ooh, cross-ice pass. Didn't find the intended target. Axel Johnson dumps it in, but that is the penalty killed for MoDo, and we hit the final 10 seconds. It's tied up behind Lassie Leightonen's goal as we hit 5 seconds, and almost a chance for Rögle. They're going to dump it in one more time. No, it gets deflected. So that is it. 60 minutes of play between MoDo and Rögle. There's been plenty of excitement, particularly in the third period, but no goals. So this one is going to overtime. Both teams will get at least 1 point. There are the two teams coming into this one, 9th and 10th in the league, the final two places for the playoffs. That is important. Örebro still trail Linköping 2-1. There's just under 3 minutes to go in that one. It's 2-1 Linköping. Örebro need to win that game. Oh, and they have just tied. They've just got a leveller. So that makes things intriguing. Örebro now 2-2. We'll see who scored that one for Örebro. It was Glenn Gustafsson, I believe it's pronounced, with his 10th of the season. So that makes it 2-2. 2.5 minutes to go between Linköping and Örebro. And as we stand, I don't know if I can bring this up. This is going to take a minute, so I may not get there in time, but let me see if I can try and do it. I was just going to try and show you the live table. Here we are. Hopefully we can get this done. So we're about to start 5 minutes of overtime. So it's just going to get going, but I will quickly show you if it's going to work. So that is where things stand at the moment. Rögle and MoDo both have 1 point on the board. So MoDo will at least end on 67 points, even if they lose in overtime. But Örebro have equalised, so currently they'd go on 65. Of course, if they can win that game, they would jump to 68, but they need to win it in regulation. And they're not going to, because Daniel Zaar has finished it off early in the overtime period. Puck came across to him, 3-on-3, of course. Linus Nissin wasn't able to cover him, and that is it. A quick end to this one. Only one goal in this game between Örebro and MoDo. It has gone to Daniel Zaar, and that's going to win it for Örebro. So 2-1. And attention now turns 2-1, sorry, 1-0 Rögle. So 2 points for Rögle, 1 point for MoDo. And I am now, if I can, going to try and find my way across to Linköping Örebro. It is still going on according to my screen. So let's see. Let's bring that on. Yes, it is. So there's just a minute to go in this one. I shall turn that fake crowd noise off. So we'll see if this one gets decided in regulation. So 40 seconds to go in this one. Örebro have had 39 shots on net. Boy, have they been going for it. Linköping are just holding it up, and this is the problem that Örebro have, right? Again, if we go back to the iPad, even winning it in overtime isn't good enough for Örebro because that would only put them on 66 points. So it's all going to be down to the final few seconds. Can Örebro somehow find a winner? They almost did. They've just shown a replay there. Marcus Herby making a great save. Denying, I'm not sure who it was actually. But 2-2, 22 seconds to go. Örebro need a winner to put them above MoDo. But are they going to be able to do it? No, Linköping are able to grab the puck. 10 seconds to go. They're going to not mess about with it, but they're going to dump it in, and that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is going to end regulation 2-2. So this game will go to overtime. But in reality, that's no good for Örebro, because the best they can finish on is going to be 66. And with MoDo having 67 points, you don't have to be a maths genius to know. That ain't going to work. They almost won it there. There's a big chance, just seeing a replay of it. Boy, have they pushed to try and get this one through, but they weren't able to quite do it. So, a bit of an anticlimax for them. Unfortunately, Örebro will try and win it in overtime, but will do so knowing it's not going to make any difference to their day. In fact, I need to reload this, don't I? There we go. I swear Lexington 2-1 up. I don't know why it's showing it like that. Yeah, this isn't updating for some reason. That's a bit annoying. Anyway, let me turn it down in my ears because that's confusing me. So let's have a quick look actually on something that will work in a way that the iPad isn't. So Lexington win their game 2-1 against Team Raw. Farrester to Luleå 2, so that one's going to overtime. Then Shepin to Örebro 2, that one's going to overtime at the Saab Arena. But whichever way, it's not going to help Örebro get to the playoffs. Frölunda 4, Skellefteå 2, and Växjö 3, Oskarshamn 1. That means Växjö finish second. Skellefteå third, Frölunda fourth. Rögle 1-0, the game we just watched at Katina Arena, so they have won it in overtime. But not too problematic for MoDo because they are going to make it into the playoffs anyway. They're going to finish 10th. And Malmö against HV Hetiet. Good game, that one. 7 goals between them. Malmö winning it 4-3. They were 4-1 up. HV Hetiet 4-1 up. Malmö, HV Hetiet getting 2 to make it close, but were able to come all the way back. Righty. So, let me just have a look, because I have a feeling, although I was on the this game, just looking at the standings, Team Raw are in 7th, and their game is finished. They've lost against Lexington. Luleå are in 8th. It's 2-2. But if they're able to get the extra point, they've got a bit of goal difference, so they would jump Team Raw. So let's have a look at this one, shall we? I don't know if I'm going to be able to change this. Ooh, almost a chance there for Färjestad. Let me see if I can change this. I don't know if I can. Okay, maybe I can. Ooh, oh well. There you go. I think you can hear that. So you can hear, this is the actual arena noise. So you'll be able to hear this. Färjestad, oh, chance Push to one side. So, yeah, this is interesting. So, Färjestad are on a power play. Just 10 seconds to go in it, though. One more chance. The league winners, Victor Hetzel, almost stuffing it in there. Comes out of the zone. David Tomaszek gets it. It's going to get dumped in, and that's going to be offside. So, 3 minutes 20 to go. Let me just quickly change my graphics here. That one, not that one. That one. There we go. So, yes, Färjestad and Luleå 2-2 into overtime. But this is where the final thing, really, in terms of the standings. So, Färjestad will finish top, whichever way this one goes. But if Luleå can get the winner, that extra point will see them level with Timbro on 80. Ooh, has it gone in? Luleå player thought it had gone in, but it hadn't. I think that's Brendan Shimanin, sorry. Yes, it is. Thought it had gone in. He raised his arm against... we're just going to see a replay of it. Shimanin, good play. Drive into the net. Carl Lindboom stops it. The Vegas Golden Knights prospect. Stopped it. Looked behind himself. Was worried. Didn't really know where the puck had... Oh, it hit the post. That's what happened. Brendan Shimanin hit the post there, and it bounced back into Carl Lindboom's behind, and he was able to sit on top of it, basically. 3 minutes to go. Yes, so Luleå, if they get the extra point, would go 7th. And they have! That is a shocker by Carl Lindboom. How has he let that go in? He looks down at his glove as if to say, what's just happened there? I'm not sure who shot it. It shouldn't have gone in, I know that much, but it did. It flicked off Carl Lindboom's glove and has gone into the back of the net. So, a disappointing end to the regular season for what has been a glorious regular season for Färjestad. They will finish on 104 points and win the regular season and get the top seed in regular season, in the playoffs, sorry. But they lose this one. I think it's Selgren. Yes, it is. Number 23, Selgren. Shot on there, just a simple wrist shot. Trying to watch it again. Is there a screen? Is he unsighted? He is a little bit unsighted, but we'll have to see it from behind. Here we go. We'll see it from behind. There is a player in front. His defender was there. Now he just pure misses it. Carl Lindboom. Surprising mistake by him. It was close into him and it's gone under his glove. So, Luleå win 3-2 in overtime. And that makes a difference in the final standings, which I can show you, hopefully. Unless this has all gone to pot. No, it hasn't. Okay, so there we go. So that is the interesting thing. I knew it would do that. So, Luleå finish on 80. Timbro finish on 80. But that extra point winning in overtime means that because of their superior goal difference, Luleå finish in 7th. So that changes the matchups in terms of the playoffs. Okay, interesting stuff. So that will mean Luleå play MoDo and Timbro play Rögle. Those are best of 3 series. And we can have a look at the schedule, or should be able to. Here we go. We need to go right to the top again. Apologies if this is setting you off, but there we go. Let's look at the filter. So, series match. So, the relegation playoff will be like this. So, Friday, 15th. HV Hetiet against Oskarshamn at Husqvarna Gordon. 7:30 local time. That's 6:30 UK time. So this is a best of 7 series, of course. The winner stays in the Swedish Hockey League. The loser goes down to the Hockey Allsvenskan. So first two games are in Husqvarna Gordon. So that's Friday and Sunday. Then the 20th, whatever's the 20th. 20th is... Yes, that's right. So it starts on Thursday, then it's Sunday, then it's Wednesday 20th. in Uskashum. Then Friday 23rd, Saturday, Friday 22nd. So that's the 4 games, and then there will be more depending on whether the series has been decided or not. So that is the relegation playoff starting on Friday, and I'll do a live stream while that one's going on. Then I don't know if this will have been updated as yet. No, it hasn't. Okay, so the round of 16, which will be Luleå against MoDo and Timrå against Rögle. So best of 3 series starts on Thursday. So again, doing a live stream during that one. So it will be MoDo hosting Luleå and Rögle hosting Timrå. And that is a 7 p.m. start local time, 6 p.m. here in the UK. And then the other 2 games in the series, if both have needed, will be at the other team. So that will be on the 16th, so Saturday afternoon, 3:15 local time, 2:15 here in the UK. So that will be Luleå hosting MoDo and Timrå hosting Rögle. And then, if needed, on the Monday night, 7 p.m. local time, 6 p.m. here in the UK, the decider in those series. And then Thursday, with the quarterfinals, gets going. So that is what we've got to come. Really good regular season. Lots of interesting matchups across the way. But we have got even more excitement coming for the playoffs, and I can't wait for them to get started. There we go. It's been an interesting evening, really. Shame we didn't get much in the way of goals in the Rögle MoDo game, but we had a bit of excitement in the end with the winner. And then, of course, switching over and seeing Luleå get that goal. Really strange one for Carl Lindboom to concede for Färjestad. But that puts Luleå up into 7th. And maybe that will change things. Hang on a minute. What's going on there? I'm not sure what's going on there. The updated scoreboard is saying that Örebro have made it through. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let me have a quick look. I thought Örebro were out of it. Ah, I see what's happened. It hasn't updated on my screen. Okay, forget what I just said. I'm an idiot. Okay, so it looks like... So Örebro have won it in overtime, and it looks like that means they have gone through, which isn't what it looked like on the screen previously, but it looks like Örebro and MoDo have finished joint level on 67 points, but Örebro's superior goal difference means they go through. Okay, that's not what the website was showing a minute ago. Okay. This is in part because some of these games are showing... okay, this is... I don't really know what's going on here. Let me have a quick refresh of the screen. Let me just come out of that. Because on here, I don't know why it's doing this. It's still showing some of these games as being live. Okay, that's what's thrown me. Okay, so apologies for that. This is the real situation. Okay, so Örebro, let's go to here. So Örebro win it on a shootout. And I'm annoyed that I turned it off because that therefore would have been quite exciting to watch. Here we go. The winning shot was Samuel Johansson. And it looks like, as opposed to what I thought, that is going to do it. And that is going to put Örebro through. Maybe the goal. I don't know. Anyway, this is how the table looks right now. So it looks like it's going to be Luleå against Örebro, Timrå against Rögle, and MoDo will miss out on goal difference. That is a blow for them. I know they were happy simply to stay in the league this time, but They thought they were almost there. I thought they were there. So much I know. But there we are. That is how the table looks right now. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to need to have a drink and get my head around this. But I shall end the live stream there. We will be back on Thursday. And by the looks of this, it will be Luleå against Örebro, so hosted by Örebro. Rögle hosting Timor. We will find out. Keep an eye on the blog, hockeywithice.uk. I'll be writing up some thoughts on the regular season on there. And keep an eye on Twitter as well, because at Hockey With Ice, I will be talking about things there too. But there we are. The regular season of the Swedish Hockey League has been wrapped up. Färjestad, congratulations to them for winning the regular season trophy with 104 points. They lost in overtime today. Växjö, the reigning SHL champs, are in second. Then it's Skellefteå, Frölunda, Leksand and Linköping. They wait for a few days to find out who of Luleå, Örebro, Timor and Rögle will get through. Two teams will come in. Färjestad will face the lowest ranked team and we'll work from there. But MoDo and Malmö, it looks like their season now is done. HV and Oskarshamn have it all to play for in the relegation playoff. Best of 7 starting on Friday. So much to play for, so much to look forward to. We're going to be enjoying it throughout April and into May here on Hockey With Ice. There's a Hockey Allsvenskan playoffs as well going on, so there's lots of Swedish hockey to enjoy. Plus the NHL will come into last, depending on the teams, sort of for the last 20 games, 19, 20 games left of the season. So last quarter for the NHL season and then on to the playoffs there. So lots to look forward to. I'll catch up on some of the Finnish Liga stuff as well, because that's hit the playoffs as well. It's all going on. Hockey With Ice, you've got to love it. Thanks for watching. If you've been watching live, again, don't forget, follow along, subscribe and hit the notification bell on the YouTube channel. Subscribe on Twitter, Hockey With Ice, and Instagram. It's the same handle there, Hockey With Ice. And follow along on the blog, hockeywithice.uk. Only going to lie down. Let's do it all again on Thursday for the playoffs.